Today's message from God carries a gentle but powerful truth. His light has never stopped reaching for you. The Lord wants you to know that even in the moments you pulled away, felt unworthy, or believed you were too far gone, His light kept pursuing your heart. He has been illuminating your path in ways you didn't recognize, guiding you, protecting you, and calling you back to Him. This is His word for you today. You were never alone in the dark. My light has always been reaching you. The voice calling your soul back from the edges of exhaustion and resignation. If you miss what I'm saying now, you risk walking right past the very life you were made for. There is a holy stirring in the air around you, a pressure mounting, a sense that time is tightening in its race. My voice resounds louder than before because I know how easy it has been for you to silence me with routine, to smother the ache with noise and fleeting comforts. You have grown used to pushing my gentle presence aside, covering your ears with endless distractions, telling yourself you'll listen tomorrow or when you find a quieter space. But every tomorrow you count on slips quietly, almost invisibly through your fingers. The chances to turn, to respond, have been fewer than you believed. The days you thought you owned have gone by like the briefest sunset. My heart cannot let you drift any further. This is not about punishment or scolding. I am not filled with anger, only a desperate, fierce love for you. I break through the silence now because eternity stands before you, more real than the walls enclosing your room. I refuse to watch you disappear into numbness, pretending the emptiness has no cause, or that fulfillment will simply arrive with the next accomplishment, the next inhale. Every restless night, every question that gnaws at you in the darkness, every subtle ache behind your laughter, those are my signals. I am the one calling from the hollow places of your life, longing for you to recognize that the peace you crave is not far away. I am right here, speaking your name with the urgency of one who cannot bear to lose you. I want you to see how I've always lingered within the ordinary details, the friend's timely message, the unexpected delays, the moments when plans changed and you narrowly missed disaster. You called it coincidence, chance, or perhaps even luck. But I planned every safeguard. My hand has intercepted loss more times than you know, holding back ruin with mercy, layering your life with unseen protection. There is no detail too small for me to inscribe your name upon it. I need you to wake up to the miracle of every spared moment, every quiet rescue, every morning that still breaks with fresh hope. You have walked past doorways I quietly opened, resolving to step through later, promising yourself it would be easier when you felt stronger or holier or less burdened. Each excuse only deepened the silence between us. I watched you cast aside outright warnings as random thoughts, while your heart convinced itself you were just emotional or tired. None of your hesitations have angered me, but they have carved a certain sorrow deep inside, a grief born from watching my own beloved grow numb to my love. Can you sense all of heaven growing heavy, not in wrath, but in profound yearning for your return? The weight you felt upon your chest, that pressing sense that life should mean more, is my reminder that you are made for things that last beyond the rising and falling of circumstances. I have hovered close to you in every step, in every tear that went unseen, in every pause between your sighs when you could not find the strength to believe in goodness again. There was a time when you felt me easily. A song at dawn, a hush in stillness, the soft shiver in your heart that told you I was near. Even now in your busiest moments, I am the gentle pull inside, asking you to remember that first love. Light crafted your life with intention. The world has told you to build walls, to rely only on what you can control, to conceal every wound. Amid that survival, you have quieted the inner voice that once led you, as if drifting from me could ever satisfy the hunger for purpose and belonging that marks your spirit. I am not here to shame your distance, but to make my love the loudest reality you encounter. I want you to sense my breath in the quiet room, to let your heart tremble again, not from fear, but from the relief of knowing you are seen, wanted, and endlessly pursued. You may wonder, am I too far gone? Is it too late for me? I assure you it isn't. My voice breaks through your defenses, not to terrify you, but to rescue, offering freedom from burdens you were never meant to carry. What weighs you down at night? The regret, the guilt, the dread that you might have missed your chance? None of it has ever once disqualified you from my love. Even your sighs and your unspoken prayers have reached me. When you lay awake and wonder if your story still matters, remember, it is not your failures, but your forgetting of my love that weighs so heavily. You are not too late. You are not beyond reach. Even when you ran from me, I moved closer beside you, softening your heart in unguarded moments. Tears that sprang up without warning, a stranger's unexpected kindness, the word of hope that arrived just before you gave up. I have been orchestrating each rescue, using everything from storms to silence to blessing, all to remind you that you still belong to me. When your plans unraveled or your heart was shattered, I was the presence upholding you. My protection often looked like missed opportunity or disappointment, but it was always mercy, never neglect or abandonment. Settle into this moment and sense the warmth surrounding you. Place your hand over your racing heart. Can you feel that steadying? That is my spirit sharpening your awareness, drawing the boundary between the life you're surviving and the life you could truly embrace. I want you to taste what it means to be known, to walk in identity, to dare to believe that your ordinary days hold tastes of my eternity. The longing you cannot explain in the dead of night. That ache for meaning is not a problem to solve, but an invitation to remember the garden you were made for. You do not need to fix everything or feel worthy before you return. There is no stronger or holier one day that will prepare you better than now. I am not searching for your performance. All I have ever wanted was your honesty, your surrender, your willingness to notice my love pressing in, waiting for you in the space between distractions. This isn't just another message drifting in a sea of voices. This is the voice that fashioned you, calling you home, not demanding perfection, but asking for the smallest turn of attention, the slightest softening of your heart. And the stakes could not be higher. Eternity leans close, waiting for your response. As the heaviness of my presence settles, know that this is the final knock. One more invitation before the light shifts, before the window narrows. Do not turn away, little one. Let my words disturb the dust of apathy and chase away the shadow of fear. Lean in. I am still here, holding your soul in the balance with the same hands that shape the stars. Beloved, hear my voice within the hush of your heart. Every care you've carried, every silent hope, none of it escapes me. Before you called out, I was near. Even now, my spirit rests lightly upon you, gentling the anxious places inside. This isn't a distant comfort. This is the reassurance I have poured out so that you might breathe again. Truly breathe, letting peace unfurl in your chest as sunlight moving softly through an open window. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Sit with me in these first moments and recognize that I hold your very heartbeat. My delight, my gaze is on you. There are matters you have pressed down. Worried perhaps that if you let them rise to my hands, you might lose control. Trust me, child, control was never safe. When you awaken each morning unsure what the day may demand, allow yourself to picture me standing at the threshold, inviting you to surrender, not with resignation, but with the expectancy of someone placing their most treasured gift in gentle, unwavering hands. Do not fear being vulnerable with me. I am your refuge, not just a distant observer. You wonder, if I yield, will things fall apart? I promise. Surrender draws you into a quiet strength no striving could achieve. My faithfulness does not flicker based on your confidence. Even on the days when you feel unsteady, I remain steady for you. When you lay your worries before me, notice how your breathing deepens, how a stillness settles in your chest where panic once lived. My presence soils even the hardest ground of your morning with promise. Child, stay close to this moment. Gently place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. Each beat a measure of my ongoing work in your life. In this simple act, know that I am present in your smallest gestures. The soft way you rise from bed, the hush of thankfulness before your day begins. I want you to see that my nearness is not a theory, but a tangible comfort, something you can sense like warmth or sunlight, even when circumstances press in. When the weight of the future tries to crowd in a family concern, a daunting task, words left unsaid draw back into this breath. Here with me, the day does not have power to overwhelm you. I have promised to stand with you in each uncertain hour. There are doors you wish I'd opened, pathways you long to see clear, but let the certainty of my companionship anchor you more deeply than any outward sign of progress. Delight in this nearness. Even before answers appear, your identity is secure in me. Remember how I have carried you before, in quiet ways. The morning you thought you'd break, I was your unseen shield. The night your thoughts raced and peace seemed impossible, I whispered calmly into your spirit, "My child, I am still doing this." My guidance does not wane as you grow. It only strengthens, reaches further into your becoming. Every repeated need, every "once again, Lord," I answer not with impatience, but with unchanging love and a persistent invitation to trust. If old anxieties try to reclaim your attention, pause and look for me. Let the day begin on a foundation stronger than your mood or circumstance. Create even now a secret exchange. Your unrest for my calm, your striving for my quiet direction. Repeat gratitude out loud, not to impress me, but to reawaken your soul to the truth that I am present. Hear the quiet affirmation. You are not alone. You have not missed your moment, and nothing is wasted in my care. Do not resist rest, little one. Many will demand your energy, but I call you to wholeness that cannot be earned through accomplishing more. The world celebrates in a hurry. I invite you into a rhythm that heals. Take notice of how my peace settles over you. A gentle heaviness, a warmth at the crown of your head, encouraging you to begin from a place of assurance rather than panic. Even as you prepare for all that is ahead, receive this deep reminder. My guidance will meet you step by step. And when doubt hisses that you must fight for your own place, remember I have prepared ground for you. You do not have to force what is meant to bless you. I walk before you into every conversation, every meeting, every unknown trial. My favor is not a reward for relentless effort. It is my goodness shielding you and making a way, even when the path is hidden. Hold on to this assurance. What feels delayed is not denied. What appears silent is brimming with my active care. With each sunrise, I offer a new measure of mercy. Lift your eyes, beloved. Notice that the world itself is an invitation to hope. Trees shaking off the dew, the first notes of a bird song. Your own lungs receive morning air. These are more than scenery. They are my reminders that life springs up daily, not because you demand it, but because I love you. Let awe awaken first before worry or duty. In this posture, gratitude grows easily. Now, as you move from one breath into the next, offer me your quiet thanks. Speak it aloud if you wish. Thank you, Father, for this moment, for holding what I cannot. Allow even the unspoken gratitude to rise in your heart. Gratitude unlocks awareness. With it, you become more awake to my gentle interventions and more at rest in the knowledge that my hand steadies everything that concerns you. Hold this nearness as your promise. There is no part of your journey too insignificant for my concern. If your thoughts wander, bring them back to this present with me. Do not measure your worth by yesterday's stumbles or tomorrow's unknowns. I am doing something new with you today, something tender, persistent, and perfectly timed. Let wonder guide you forward. Let stillness keep you rooted. My love writes the story of your life at a pace designed for peace. Stay with me in this unfolding. Let expectation rise quietly in your spirit. There is more I am preparing for you. I am the God of renewal. Every morning is a beginning, even if it feels like repetition. Guard your heart with the certainty that I have not forgotten a single longing or labor of love. Your family, your hopes, the quiet dreams you dare not speak, entrust them to me. As you do, my light continues to expand, illuminating places you once hid in shadow, calling you into boldness with each new start. When you pause for a moment and breathe deeply, feel my nearness enveloping you. There is no need to rush through the sacredness of this day. Let your anxious worries fall away like leaves in a gentle breeze. I never measure your worth by your achievements or your frantic efforts. Instead, I draw you close, inviting you to rest in my unshakable love. Even as questions stir in your mind about the future, your family, the doors that seem closed, remember that I hold your days with careful attention. I am working within the details you're tempted to overlook, turning delays into preparation and silence into clarity. Let my peace settle over you now, soothing the places within you that ache for certainty. I see you rising, sometimes with tired eyes, sometimes with hope flickering. Each morning brings a new layer of my mercies, and no moment is wasted. My voice is not distant or cold. It is the calm reassurance that you are never wandering alone. When pressures mount and doubts creep in, I place my hand softly on your shoulder, reminding you that you are my beloved. Even in unseen moments, I am near, guiding choices, shaping desires, and protecting your heart from shadows you do not see. As you stretch into the responsibilities before you, remember that striving is not your identity. You are not called to perform for acceptance, but to live from the deep certainty of being cherished. If old fears threaten to follow you into the day, turn your attention to me for just a heartbeat. Let gratitude rise slowly like sunlight warming the room. Notice the ordinary grace of breath, the comfort of a familiar smile, the steady beat of hope that persists beneath disappointment. In those simple moments, I am speaking, offering fresh perspective and gentle correction. You may wonder how you can continue when obstacles seem unmovable. My strength is not a distant promise. It is a present force lifting you when your own resolve falters. Trust that I see the burdens you carry, the unseen battles, the worries for those you love, the secret dreams you hesitate to voice. I am not indifferent to your struggle. I am fiercely invested in your flourishing. Where your vision blurs with confusion, I bring clarity in unexpected ways. Where your longing aches for more, I teach you to be satisfied in my presence even as I lead you forward. Surrendering your sense of control does not mean giving up. It means inviting me to do what only I can accomplish. Release your grip on outcomes and find freedom in knowing I work for your good in the waiting just as much as in the breakthrough. As you entrust your hopes, your family, your deepest needs to me, you will notice a new resilience forming within your soul. The longest seasons are not empty. They are brimming with unseen growth. I reveal my faithfulness not only in answered prayers, but also in the gentle shaping of your character through patience and perseverance. Often you look around and see others racing ahead, their doors opening effortlessly. My pace for you is deliberate, measured not by comparison, but by my perfect timing. I have not overlooked you or forgotten the promise I planted inside your heart. The seeds I have sown in your life will bear fruit in their appointed season. Until then, I invite you to relish the present, to discover me in laughter and in silence, in the shifting of circumstances and in the stillness of prayer. My companionship is your greatest treasure, more valuable than any outcome or recognition. Listen closely to the subtle ways I speak. Through a sense of peace that settles after a difficult conversation, through the small courage to forgive, through the comfort that surprises you in an ordinary moment, I am attentive to every detail. When you feel exposed or misunderstood, my unwavering gaze sees your true self, cherished, chosen, never hidden from my love. I run towards your needs, not away from them. If you find yourself questioning, what if I fail? What if things never change? Remember that my faithfulness is deeper than your fears. Walk with me today as you are, not waiting to be perfect or to have all the answers. Let your morning begin with gratitude, even when circumstances challenge your hope. I am shaping you through every act of trust. Every moment you choose kindness when life feels unfair. Every time you lean on me rather than your own striving. My presence is not a distant comfort. It is your daily strength, your assurance in every uncertainty. Let it settle into your bones like warmth after a long night. This is how I love you. Steadily, unconditionally, with a patience that will never give out. I am drawing you deeper now, beyond what you have known, into the spaces within you that have waited quietly for my touch. There is a longing buried beneath your daily striving, a place where your need for safety contends with your desire for transformation. Even when you have hidden your fears behind confidence, I have seen the trembling within. I do not turn away from your uncertainty. Instead, I extend my hand, inviting you to uncover what you have kept sealed. You do not need to hide parts of yourself from me. Beloved, I meet you in the full light and shadow of who you are. The questions rising in your chest, they do not offend me. They are signposts to your deepest hunger, and I promise to meet you at that point of raw longing. Pause for a moment and allow yourself to breathe slowly. Place your hand over your heart if you are willing, and feel the gentle rhythm within your chest. This is not accidental. I sustain you through every beat. You have wondered if your cries go unheard at night and seem so endless. But let me assure you, every whisper, every sigh, every silent plea, I have gathered close. Even in moments when peace felt far, I was closer still, breathing hope into you when you did not know it. You are not as alone as your mind tries to convince you. My presence is the ground beneath your feet, the warmth that settles softly on your shoulders. Now you have believed the lie that your pain disqualifies you. The world taught you to measure your worth by your strength, by your ability to keep going when everything aches. Stop. Let my words sink in. I see the brokenness. I see the disappointment etched into your memories. And yet, I delight in you now, not some future perfected version. My grace is not earned by effort. It is lavished upon you because you are mine. I have called you chosen, set apart, beloved, not because of your performance, but out of my infinite compassion. As you sit with this truth, notice the tension lifted from your shoulders. Allow yourself to rest, if only for a breath, in an identity that does not shift with success or failure. There is so much more to your story than what you have lived so far. Within you is the seed of resurrection, capable of breaking through even the most stony ground. Though you are weary of hope deferred and promises seeming to fade, I want you to know your waiting is not wasted. I am working in hidden places, cultivating resilience, patience, and humility. None of these qualities would blossom without the seasons of longing you have endured. Soon you will realize that what you thought was stagnation was actually sacred preparation. I am not hurried, for I see the fullness of your journey. Hold this truth. What is meant for you cannot be stolen or delayed forever. A shift is approaching, one you will feel not only in your circumstances, but in the quiet confidence that begins to rise within you. Watch for this. In the coming days, clarity will visit you in a moment you least expect. Perhaps as you engage in a simple routine or pause to notice sunlight on your face. You will recognize it because peace rather than fear will fill your heart. I orchestrate these moments to remind you that I am always near, working in the mundane as much as the miraculous. Trust that even now I am aligning the resources and relationships you need for the next chapter. You are not overlooked. Nothing about your life is random in my sight. You may be feeling resistance curling within, skepticism, irritation, even anger that I dare to speak hope into your old wounds. Let all those reactions surface. I am not offended by your honesty. I invite you to offer them to me just as you are. It is in your unfiltered surrender that my healing flows most freely. There is a mighty transformation available to those who risk being fully known. If you sense your pulse quicken as you read this, that is me awakening your courage. Let yourself hope again, even just a fraction more than yesterday. Pay attention now. Right this moment, as your breath slows and your awareness sharpens, a gentle weight settles upon you. The assurance that you are shielded. You may not see it with natural eyes, but you are wrapped in my mercy, hemmed in behind and before. I have assigned my presence to surround you in every battle. When doubt shouts its accusations, remember your life is covered, not because you have earned it, but because I have chosen you for purposes you cannot yet fathom. Let these words echo inside you. You walk not alone. Others have walked this wilderness before, and many are walking it with you now, though you may not know their names or faces. This journey of surrender, of learning trust day by day, is how armies are formed, not by might, but by yielded hearts. You are joining a movement of the awakened, those being prepared to bring healing into a wounded world. You may feel small, but let me tell you, the world is shifted by those who open themselves to my nearness, one obedient step at a time. Do you sense it? That stirring inside is not random. It is the call to arise and see as I see. You ask, how do I let go when I have only ever known fear? I do not command you to leap all at once. I invite you to take a single step. Perhaps it is a whispered prayer or simply admitting your exhaustion to me through tears. Breathe deeply now. Inhale my presence. Exhale your striving. Every exhale is surrendered. Every inhale is infilling. You are being remade even in your weakness. My strength is not repelled by your frailty. In fact, it is perfected there. I know there are wounds you have not dared to name, disappointments you have buried beneath business and apathy. But beloved, no scar is too old for my healing. The places you call hopeless, I call destined for resurrection. This week, you will notice an unexplainable sense of relief. Just for a moment, during an otherwise ordinary day, you'll know it's me, because the tension you usually carry will suddenly dissolve. Mark that as evidence of my hand upon you. It is the beginning of a new tenderness, the kind that rebuilds what shame tried to destroy. My child, you are not being left behind. The path I have set for you is unique, timed to unfold, so that when you look back, you will see the intricate beauty of every detour and delay. Your best days have not slipped by unnoticed. They are still before you, waiting to be embraced. Are you willing to release the timeline you tried to force and trust that my timing is always perfect? There is something unfolding even now beneath the surface of your awareness that will soon spring up and surprise you with joy. Stop for a moment. Let my nearness settle over you. I am reframing your understanding of victory not as the absence of struggle, but as the presence of unshakable hope. You carry within you the DNA of overcomers, those marked by tenacity and trust. Even in your questions, you reflect my image. For I am not frightened by doubt. I use it as kindling for deeper revelation. You are being transformed from the inside out, not by your willpower, but by my steady, relentless love. There is more I want to show you about the strength hidden beneath your scars. You may still bristle against the idea that your story matters so much to me. But hear this, your vulnerability is holy ground. Do not despise your beginnings. The smallest seed in my hand can birth forests. The faintest flicker of faith can spark revival. Your life surrendered will become a beacon for others groping for hope in darkness. I am shaping you for influence far beyond what you imagine. Watch what I will do when you agree not just with my promises, but with my view of who you are. As you surrender every disqualifying voice, space is made for my truth to take root. Speak this aloud if you dare. I am not who I was. I am becoming who my Creator says I am. Even now, as you inhale and exhale quietly, let your eyes close just for a moment. Sense the movement all around you, the low hum of worries, the little aches that linger in your body, the tiredness that seeps into your bones by nightfall. I want you to release the judgment about it. Let there be no shame for feeling depleted. My presence does not withdraw in your weariness. Rest in this. You are not a disappointment to me. Even when you have felt like you should be further along, my love was not given on conditions, and your value does not fluctuate with your performance. Breathe deep. Can you feel my nearness in the subtle quiet, in that gentle pulse inside your chest? That's me hovering, waiting for you to notice again. Notice me now. I see the narrow place where you are standing. It feels like each choice demands more than you think you can offer, like stepping forward could upset the little stability you have managed to claim. You have looked at the path ahead and wondered if you took the wrong turn somewhere in your past. Here is the truth. My light is not only at the end of your road, it is right beside you with every faltering step you take. The questions torment you. What if I disappoint again? What if I outgrow those I love? What if I am too broken? Those come from wounds I am healing, not from your identity in me. You have survived storms you did not think would pass. But now I am inviting you to more than survival. Wake up your hope. Do you sense the shift beginning? There are voices in your memory whispering what you are not. Too slow, too much, not enough, always missing the mark. My beloved, those are the things spoken over you by pain, not by me. I am the one who formed you in secret and called you radiant before you could ever imagine yourself beloved. Today, I declare over you, you are enough because I am more than enough for you. Do not confuse the ache of growing pains with evidence that you are failing. When pain crowds your heart, let your hand drift to your chest and say quietly, He is with me. I am not alone. Feel the warmth that comes as you do. I hear your secret doubts, the ones you would not confess, not even in the dim silence of your most honest prayers. I know what it is to hold hope in trembling hands, scared it will slip through your fingers if you admit you want more. Let me tell you, it is not selfish to long for more of my presence, for joy that lasts, for peace that does not escape. This world has trained you to lower expectations, to shrink back when hope appears risky. But I have never asked you to shrink. I formed you for fullness, for a life where lack cannot define you. There is a stirring within you now. Your spirit knows there is deeper water, greater peace, unshakable joy. And I am calling you to dip your toes beyond the shoreline. It's time to stop agreeing with the lies that tie your value to your struggle. You have measured yourself by how quickly you heal wounds, how efficiently you cross out tasks, how perfectly you manage the feelings of those around you. That is not the assignment I gave you. I want you aware of my permission to rest, to release the performance, to settle into being loved simply because you exist. My beloved child, remember this. My light has never stopped reaching for you. I am guiding your steps, lifting your spirit, and leading you out of every shadow. Walk forward knowing you are held in my light. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next word God has for you.